Big win for the GOP in Georgia as Republican Karen Handel secures a victory over her Democrat counterpart. Joining me now, the governor of Florida, Rick Scott. Governor, welcome to the program.
Well, it shows you it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you have a bad message, you lose.
Well,
I wish I spent more money, don't you?
That's your story. Did President Trump win last night?
Absolutely. Because, see, Trump talked about what, jobs and repealing and replacing Obamacare. What did Karen talk about? Jobs and repealing and replacing Obamacare. So absolutely, he won.
Now, you've got a PAC, a Political Action Committee. Right. You're going to rebrand the Republican Party. Is that right? Now, are you rebranding in the Trump mold?
I think, absolutely. I mean, if you look at what we should be talking about, we got to talk to how Americans talk. They're not talking about liberal versus conservative. They're talking about, I want an open government, not a closed government. I want choices. I want choices in my education. I want choices in my health care. That's how Trump talked. And he talked about what people care about. Look, Romney lost big the Hispanic vote. I won the Hispanic vote. All right? We need to go talk to them. How did Trump do? I was just with him down in Miami. We talked about his CUBA policy. Yeah. I've been working with him during the election and afterwards to make sure we do the right thing. We focus on the Cuban people, not what Obama did. He focused on the Cuban regime.
Well, how do the Hispanic voters, especially the Cuban voters of Miami and Florida, how did they react to President Trump changing the relationship with Cuba away from the way President Obama saw it?
Oh, they're all on board.
They're on board with this?
Look, the Cuban people know that that you can't help the Castro regime. That doesn't work. There's nothing that Obama did that helped get freedom, democracy. All he did was he helped the Cuba regime. And so what Donald Trump, when he came down there, he met with dissidents. Right? We met him on the tarmac. On top of that, he gave a great speech about how he's going to work with the Cuban people, not with the Castro regime.
How far are you prepared to go with the election last night, in Georgia especially? A lot of people are saying this stabilizes the Trump presidency. Some are saying that maybe it allows the GOP to speed up the legislative process. Would you go that far?
Well, first off, I think Congress has to understand that they got elected to repeal and replace Obamacare. They got elected to reduce taxes. And if you want to continue to get elected, you have to show up and do your job.
Well, has that message sunk into the GOP?
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, I know, but has it? I mean, you're on the inside of this, has it?
Well, I mean, when I talk to them, I explain, this is how Trump got elected. This is how we all get elected to do what we talk about. I talk about jobs. I'm actually up here trying to get jobs out of New York and Connecticut.
Can I end like this? Would you say that if the GOP doesn't come together, end the division, get something done on health care, get something done on taxes, if they can't do those two things this year, they're toast next year? Would you say that?
So I would say, if you ran on something, why would you expect to get reelected if you don't do it?
That's a sort of answer.
Go do your job. They ran on repeal and replace Obamacare. Repeal and replace Obamacare. You ran on cutting taxes. Cut them.
Yeah, cut taxes, please. Governor Rick Scott, Republican, Florida. Thanks for joining us, sir.
It's great to be here.
Yes, sir.
Move to Florida.